Welcome to the Loner Ranger Show with Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you had a great Christmas. And I've got some really cool things that I want to talk about on this show today. You know, we're always covering things that are going on in the real estate market. What's happening with mortgages? Where are the opportunities now? Is it right time to refinance? Should we hold off and wait for rates to drop a little bit more? And we're always talking about ways to help save you money because there's a lot of challenges going on right now. You know, people are talking about affordability. We hear it on the news, but the fact of the matter is it just means that it's more expensive for you to live than it was. But there is a silver lining. And I brought a guest with me. Her name is Diana Gearon with Universal Insurance Agency. And I've been working with her and she's been helping my clients for, 10 years probably. And she's with me today because she is so passionate about some positive things that have happened in the insurance industry that affect all of us, but not just with your homeowners insurance, even with your auto insurance or commercial insurance. So I want to bring my friend Diana on. Diana, welcome to the Loner Ranger Show. How are you?
I'm great, Bruce. And thank you so much for having me with you. And so appreciative of working with you for so many years. It could be a little bit more than 10. But anyway, yes, I'm passionate and I get excited. We had finally closed the tort reform with DeSantis. Thank you, DeSantis, for helping us with that. So now the homeowner rates, just to summarize it all real quick.
Before we get into homeowner rates, I want to talk to my guests about what do you mean by tort reform? So a lot of us understand that these are legal terms that lawyers can use to take advantage of the consumer. Now, they don't say it like that. They say it's to protect the consumer, but what exactly did that do?
Well, what really hurt was the insurance carriers. That's where it really hurt. And of course, in the end, it also hurt the consumer because some of the cases took so long. But what happened was there was a loophole in the legislative law that happened in 2016, and it allowed the attorneys to go ahead and piggyback with roofers, for example, which we all know what happened there.
Yes.
And then the roofers would go and talk to an attorney or a public adjuster and present a lawsuit to the carrier for a new roof.
So right now, let's just put this in real life perspective because I get these phone calls every day and my listeners do as well. So you get a phone call or you get a knock on your door that says, hey, we're putting a new roof on the Smith's house right down the street and we're getting them an insurance claim. It won't cost you any money and you can get a brand new roof. But you look at your roof and you're like, well, it is 13 years old. I probably needed a new roof anyway, but that's wear and tear. That's not an insurance claim. But people think that they're taking advantage of the insurance company, but all we were doing is hurting ourselves. And that's why our insurance is blown up. So when these roof claim companies that are really public adjusters that team up with these attorneys, they can get more for a claim than the actual claim was. Is that right? To explain that to me.
100%. The loophole said that they could have a 30-time one-way multiplier.
Okay.
In essence,
30-time one way. So if a roof cost me $10,000,
yep,
it's really $300,000.
It could potentially go there. And here's what they did. They would delay. They would delay it to the point where that it could take 2 years. And in those 2 years, they would have billable hours. They would send in engineers, just delay to be able to create that necessary to go to 30-time multiplier, to go to $300,000. The client might get the new roof and maybe they cost $20,000, but guess who keeps the rest of the money?
The attorneys.
And guess who gets the black ball on their record for 5 years on the insurance score?
The consumer.
Correct.
So then you wonder why you either can't get insurance or you're paying through the nose for insurance. So tell me, DeSantis went and he went to Tallahassee and he fought this and he got a reversal of the tort reform. Is that correct?
Yeah, they closed that loophole
They
what
closed
happened.
the loophole.
And it wasn't just DeSantis, insurance carriers
Of
and
course
myself. We did this for years trying to fight for it, but he really pulled through for us. And that took sunset on January 1st, 2023. But remember, you still have 2 years that the attorneys had to file a claim. The client had to file a claim. And if we hadn't had Hurricane Ian and Nicole in late 23, it would have been sooner. But I've been saving clients money on home, auto, and commercial now for over 6 months and talking about it.
So here's what I don't see happening. And if you're listening to me right now and you're a homeowner and you're fed up with insurance, which I think we all are, and Diana was telling me that most of the carriers actually could get their clients a cheaper policy based on these new reforms, but they're not calling you to call up and go, hey, Bruce, you know what? I think we need to re-examine your auto and your home insurance because I think that maybe we could get a little bit lower premium, but they're not doing that. Why aren't they doing that?
Because it takes a lot of time and they're going to lose money.
Okay, so it takes time to redo the program, redo the policy, and they're going to get less of a commission because they're selling a cheaper policy or a policy that will not pay them as big of a commission.
Yes.
So they're not going the extra mile, but that's what they should be doing. If they're truly our agent, they should be doing that.
That's what I'm doing for all of my clients for months now.
So listen, if you have questions, give me a call. You can reach me at 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313 or Tampa. Diana serves Tampa. I serve Tampa. I lend in all 50 states. You want to lower your premiums in the state of Florida? Call me and I'll connect you with Diane, and I will give you her number as well. Call me in Tampa at 813-213-4009. That's 813-213-4009. Or Diana, you can be reached at 407-898-1116. Listen, if you can't remember that number, you don't have a place to write it down, you know how to reach the loan arranger. I'll connect you with her. She will give you an honest quote and do everything she can to not only reduce your homeowner's insurance, but she's going to help you reduce your auto insurance, maybe other insurances that you have as well. Commercial insurance for those. Yes.
But
what else is going on right now?
Well, let me share this with you because I think this is important. I think it's becoming a great time for people to refinance. And some people are facing a scenario where they have forced placed insurance because the roof is old and the loopholes closed. So they know it's wear and tear. We know you have a 20-year-old roof, you've got to replace it, especially if it's a shingle roof. So what do? We have a market for them to get them out of that forced placed insurance so that they can refinance.
So let's just explain forced place insurance. So forced place insurance is when your insurance lapses. The mortgage company, since they have a lien on your property, has to protect their investment. So they force place insurance. Now that insurance that might have cost you $2,000 a year will cost the mortgage company $10,000 a year. And then you have to pay it. And it's getting added to your balance and added to your payment. And then homes become unaffordable, right?
Absolutely.
So how are you getting around that? Because I know when people lapse their policies, it's very difficult to get a new policy right away.
That's right.
What are you doing to combat that problem?
Well, because I have been in the industry for over 35 years and I'm an agent that is hands-on.
She looks like she's 35, by the
way. Thank you for that. But I am a hands-on agent and I'm out there and I'm with the conventions and I'm talking to the carriers. I really have my finger on the pulse, and that's critical. Right now, Bruce, we have over 60 homeowner carriers. Heck, we can even do mobile homes with short-term rentals right now. It's ridiculous. So
Airbnb mobile homes.
Yes, and it's real. It's in St. Cloud and different areas. But it's
by the way, my listeners out there, we're not buying Airbnb mobile homes out there. Okay.
Please
don't do that. We're not buying condos right now. We're not buying Airbnb mobile homes. All right. So
I appreciate that. And one of the things about the mobile homes I want to tell you, try to avoid mobile homes that are older than 1994. The premiums skyrocket immediately. If I could give you a tip.
1994.
Yep.
So you can't even get a loan if they're built before 76. But 1994 is your key to being able to get a better premium.
Absolutely. And that's the one thing on that one. But on the other scenario that we're talking about with the forced placed insurance that you explained, we've got markets that we can work with the lender to find out what their loan balance is. I'll give you the quick example of one client that called the other day. His loan balance is 140. He needs money to refinance, to replace the roof and other things and get out of credit card debt, which is very common. So his new loan amount is going to be 240.
Right.
Well, guess what? We were able to get him a market for $280,000. It is actual cash value, but it's above, the coverage A is way above the loan balance, as you
Yes.
well know.
Yep.
So I called the lender personally and said, what can we do to help this gentleman? He says, well, Diana, I've been getting quotes from 9,000, 8,000, 6,000. He can't pay more than 4,000 for home insurance for the year. I said, good to know. That's his debt to income ratio maximum. So we were able to get him one with 280,000 on coverage, 100,000 on liability, 50,000 on contents for 3,109 for the year.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So listen, I want to bring value to the table for you. If you're considering your insurance and you think it's too high, give me a call. I will get you connected with the right people. 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009. Diana, I appreciate you joining me on the Lone Ranger Show. We'd love to have you back as another guest. You always bring value to my clients and to the table. You're super energetic. You can watch her. She is an expert on insurance on Channel 9. You can see her, and you can watch me on Fox as well on Mondays with Amy Caulfield. You can listen to the Lone Ranger Show on YouTube, on the Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger YouTube channel. Please subscribe to that. Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all my social media posts as well. I am trying to do everything I can to bring value to my consumers so that you can save money. Now, listen, if you're considering refinancing right now, what's the time to get your application taken? I know you're getting bombarded with mortgage companies trying to get you refinanced. Some of you should, some of you shouldn't. Don't get caught up in the shenanigans. There's a lot of predatory lenders out there right now. You call the Lone Ranger, we'll analyze your situation, determine the right strike rate for you, and that's when we'll get it locked in for you. We will start off with a soft credit pull. No hard credit pulls to get things started. So we'll start off with a soft credit pull, determine what your savings is going to be. If you're looking to cash out, maybe you got a little bit crazy in the malls or with the Amazon guy, and at Christmas came in a little bit hot and heavy. Well, that bill's going to come due in January, February from those credit cards. We need to get you debt free. So call me so we can look at consolidating your debt, reducing your insurance costs. There's all kinds of ways we can get your expenses down and helping you save money. My goal for all of you is to help you become debt free. Yes, I'm in the business of lending money, but I want to lend you that money as a tool, as leverage to help you get further in life. At the end of the game, I want you to have your mortgage paid off, all your cars paid off, all your credit cards debt free. You can go into retirement having no debt. Wouldn't that be a great way to retire? If you are in your 40s, right now, you got to get busy. If you're in your 50s, we got a lot of work to do. If you're in your 60s, well, I don't know. Maybe it's too late for you at this point, depending on how much debt you might already have. But you need to call me so we can look at condensing it and consolidating everything into a small amount. So then it's focused and it's a tax deductible expense when you're putting it on your mortgage. 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 for all your mortgage needs. Purchase, refinance, home equity line of credit, construction perm, renovation loans, reverse mortgages, anything you need, I got it right here, the Lone Ranger. So listen, when we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about what's going to happen in the future. What does it look like now that the Feds dropped the Fed rate? What's the likelihood of another Fed cut coming up? What's going to happen with your new tax refunds that Trump did for us? There's a lot of benefits, and I think 2026 is going to be a year of recovery. I don't know if it's going to be a booming year, but I think it's going to be a whole lot better than it's been for the last 3 years. And I think we are on the precipice of coming out of this cloud and things are going to start getting better. So you just call me, the Lone Ranger, and don't go anywhere. I'll be back in a minute because you won't want to miss these additional tips that we're going to give you. 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 or webringyouhome.com. Stay tuned. I'll be back in 5.